Jesus Christ, that looked dark.
All right. That being said, welcome everyone back to our Strength of Thousands campaign. So, with that being said, you all know what I'm about to do right now. So, grab your notes, pull in the deepest parts of your memories, pick your brain because I need one of you to go ahead and give me a recap of what you remember, what you recall, what events transpired last game that you remember. Someone, please take it away.
Okay, so
I remember flying people.
that came way later.
Oh, wow, right.
Jesus. Last time we started off with Philo and Tarek wanting to take a bath. Philo took a really long time.
Oh,
Navai tried out or got roped into being experimented on by Cheshire with his still of moonshine.
I do remember that.
I think Jonas was waiting for Philo to finish his bath.
Yeah, so Tarek
Took
told
forever.
Jonas that,
Right?
yeah, Philo was taking forever.
you should have just told me. I could have gone out. I didn't know it was taking this long.
Once we were done, Essie, I think that was her name. She gave us a tour. It was raining a lot, and she helped us shield Navai from the rain with a silken umbrella, which she later offered to all of us. But she gave us a tour of the grounds, two key locations that we would probably go back to again and again were the canteen and a storehouse kind of place. The powder pile. That was it.
Yep. We got an allowance.
Yes, an allowance of okay.
Yeah, like a lot.
Yeah.
The monthly allowance is
40 gold or something like that.
No, the monthly is 4 gold, and like the stipend that's what it was is 40.
Woohoo!
We did some socializing in the canteen before we went to the powder pile. At the powder pile, there was a kobold with ashen scales and a rat. Or was it a mouse? I'm gonna call it a rat.
It's in chat, you'll see.
Yeah, I'm gonna say rat.
Giant white rat.
Zokan.
Yeah,
Zokan.
I have these notes. I was like, I'm not sure if I'm up to date on this or if I missed a session. Yeah, I'm right on it. You're doing awesome, Andrew.
You are.
Zokan gave us a homework. He gave us homework. He gave us like this little lump of clay and was like, next time you come here, this needs to be a glass bead.
All right.
Yes.
All right. I remember that.
Mm-hmm. Which we after being given the tool, we found out that Essie would later be doing sparring, and we agreed to meet here. But in the meantime, I think Tarek and Jonas were browsing the powder pile, and Navai and Philo went back to the dorm. What's the name of the dorm? Spire dorm or something?
Spire dormitory.
Okay, Spire dormitory. Okay, on point. Cool. On the way there was a flying man. That's it. When we met back up at the Spire dormitory, we did some off-screen training, getting ourselves acquainted with one another, and then Right, Philo wrestled the dwarf. That happened. Tarek tried to get in the way. Failed.
Yeah. I gave the dwarf not the role playing term disadvantage, but he was disadvantaged because of my.
You tried to root for him and distracted him because you rolled a nat 1, I think it was.
Yeah, exactly. So
Philo will
I
remember
enabled.
that.
Yeah, I enabled Philo's victory over
Yes.
the
Yeah,
dwarf
like
in
Philo's
wrestling.
so thankful that Tarek was helping him. And he thinks he's a
Tarek
true
gives
friend.
no comment to this whole situation.
And then to fill out the time until the sparring session, we decided to work on the homework we had because we'd probably have to go back to the powder pile soon-ish. So it's best to get the homework done out of the way early.
Quickly. One thing about the sparring, I think Essie mentioned that her and some other students are doing a sort of competition, right?
Mhm.
There was a competition where you could compete in physical,
I think that was
a
an
physical
issue, right?
fight. Yeah, and the sparring with the dwarf was a prelude to that because the dwarf is one of Essie's sparring partners, I think.
Yes.
Yeah. All right.
Do you remember his name?
Yeah, and she's the champion.
She's like the golden child, the star pupil.
Yeah. Hi, Bram.
Oh, look at that! He has his own like little card now. That's cool. Yeah. We were making the beads through a
And
lot
having
of
and having a
experimentation.
difficult time at it.
Yes, you
Yes.
all were.
Yes.
Jonas's is a little bit misshapen, but so he's not necessarily sulking, but feeling like he's gonna get a B- on.
I think
on his
Philo
report card.
dropped his before he
Yeah,
finished.
Philo's
it,
is
so
dirty.
I ended up-
Mine
It's
is
mixed with dirt.
full of burnt grass, and it's more of a sausage. It's what I've written.
Navait's went the most according to plan, so just got a very, very clean orb. And Eric went with his own idea, threw it, blasted it, and let it land in the pond, upon which it got swallowed by a frog.
Yeah, right.
Yep.
And that came out also pretty clean and well shapen.
I think I ruined Philo's. I think
might
there
have.
was something. Yeah. Yeah, it was a
Yes,
prototype.
yes.
it's all right.
Philo like chucked his up, and then you tried to blast it, and you missed.
Yeah, that's
Ah,
what
yeah.
hit the ground.
That would be on brand for Tarek to do that.
Yeah, and Tarek didn't even want to do that. To be honest, like above table talk here, it just happened.
After we were all done, we later met up with Essie and Habram in front of the dormitory. There was also Ekene and Ufi. Is that their names?
Yep.
Yep. Two returning characters from the short
Yep.
prelude campaign. And all four of them competed against the four of us and mopped the floor with us.
Yep.
And
So there is nowhere to go but up. So things are
Precisely.
looking up for us.
So,
on all count.
an optimist. Nice.
Yep. And then, yeah, we wrapped up for the day. I remember Essie saying that the following day we would start the prerequisite tasks, which are related to each of the branches. I don't remember which one we're doing first. If one of you can help me out here.
Yeah.
Well, we all had different leanings, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, no,
and-
but I think we're doing specific like tasks for each of the branches before, because we're not going into any of them yet.
Yeah, so we've done the initial kind of test to see what school you are kind of naturally aptitude towards, but these perquisites you're going to do are related to each individual school. And so
Right now-
tomorrow,
Right now we're initiates, and I think we only select a branch when we become attendants.
yes.
So the first step is kind of like unlocking them all.
In a way, yeah. So, thank you, Andrew. That's fantastic. So, after having a bit of a small defeat, it is 8:08 p.m. right now. Thinking about the morning, Essie did tell you that, all right, show up tomorrow morning. We're going to go ahead and work for the range scribe assignment. Be out front where we sparred early in the morning. And she bid you all good night. You can refresh up from being thrown in the dirt and whatnot. And you now have a couple hours, if need be, to do anything before we move on to the morning, where we'll do our first prerequisites as initiates for the Magambia.
I don't think we need to do much.
Okay. So I guess the question is,
Refresh on hero points, everyone. Actually,
yes, I'll say that. Everyone, go do your hero points. I'm gonna go ahead and start some music.
Yeah, and I do know. Probably going to want a weapon potency rune, but there's no RP reason for them yet since we're at school and there's no sense of danger and whatnot. But
It is the safest school in the world, and always will be.
mm-hmm.
Could ever go bad here. You go to sleep thinking about the safety, the fun, and just never having to have any worry here because you're in a school of magical talent. Who, what, whatever happened here as you drift off to sleep, thinking about what the future holds.
safest school in the world. We got attacked by paper.
That did happen.
It did happen.
Paper cuts at schools are
Like
just a
someone you
normal
out.
part of the...
Okay. We'll move on to the morning. So at 6 in the morning on wheel day, all of you start to wake up one by one. And as you do get up and you see the new sights of your dormitory, the Spire dormitory, you can hear from the windows the charms made of glass all about. Because as mentioned, the Natambu city is magnificently known for the architecture, for the colorful aesthetic, for the sounds, for the enrichment of craftsmen that are able to pursue not what is needed, but what they want to pursue themselves. And so you're seeing charms, you're seeing artistic embellishments in everything around here. It's a beautiful, comforting, warmful sight and embrace of this environment. And I'm curious, as each of you do wake up one by one, and even though we're not preparing for battle, we're not preparing for those adventurers that wake up in the wilderness after defeating a troll and realizing what to do with the next day, but waking up as beginning pre-students in essence. So I'm kind of curious, what is your morning preparation in this environment? So I'm going to go from bottom to top. For you, Tarek, what do you do for your morning preparation as you get up in the morning?
Tarek will kind of go through his bag that he carries with him, where there's a lot of stuff inside, and he basically upends the bag, throws everything on the table, and probably hear a lot of some stones falling down, and he's going to sort it all out, throw everything out that he doesn't want anymore, and just he tries to remember everything that is new in there, and he resorts it. And then he has three just scrolls of parchment that he tucks in the bag very carefully. And then he looks at this piece of wood, and then that is his wand, and just goes outside and tries to get some flowers and some plants and points them around that piece of wood again.
Okay. Fantastic. Thank you, Tarek. Now, for you, Philo, as your morning preparation does happen, what do you do for your your activity, your thing?
I think first things first, he would just clothe himself and run outside his room and do a jog, warm himself up,
Okay.
and then he starts his morning routine with, I guess today could be leg day, so maybe some. What do you do at leg day? Maybe I should research that as a player, but imagine him training his legs.
Okay, I'll get to you in a
Probably
moment when you
just-
go outside.
Squats is a good start.
Yes, oh, squats.
Nobody
Yeah, sure.
likes leg day.
No one does.
No,
I actually do
think
like
he
working
does.
my legs, personally.
What is wrong with you?
I'm a cyclist.
I think he would just do it outside, not in his room. Like he needs some fresh air, and after that, just wash himself quick, and then he's ready to go.
Okay,
Like,
I'll get to
whatever
you
he does.
and Tarek because you're going to experience some things as you leave the rooms. For you, can remember these names.
Jonas or
Navier.
Navier?
Navi,
Navaid.
Navier. There we go.
Navi, what do you do for your morning preparation?
Yeah, having the name in
Even
Discord
even despite
websites.
even despite the rather calm, relaxed setting, I think Navier would still just keep up habit of just studying his spell book diligently each morning, committing his spells to memory. Maybe even do a bit of practice outside of on the magical side of things. Try a little experimentation with your magic now and then. She mostly just in his spider form in the morning, but if she feels at all inclined to do any physical activity, she might switch to the human form.
Okay. Do you cares? Fantastic. And lastly, for you, Jonas, what does your morning preparation in your room kind of look like?
Jonas will do a little bit of obligatory stretches that he's learned is good for the body, but he's not the athletic sort, but he'll still do a little bit of stretching. And then he will prepare his usual daily I forget the name of it for investigators, but it basically like the tinctures that he prepares daily. He's learned quite a bit from his mom. He's not a full-blown alchemist, but learned enough to tinker in the family craft, so he does those with his usual routine. And then he sits in the bed, taking the few moments before we all meet together, and he's reading a book in Mwangi, so he's definitely trying to brush up on the on Mwangi, which is not his first language, but every chance he gets, he's always trying to read in the language of the people that he's now a part of. And this is a book on the arcane, which again he's not an arcanist per se, but he since he's in this school, he's wanting to begin to read resources in the language, and so this is a book that he has picked up on the basics.
Fantastic. All right. As all of you are preparing, leaving your rooms, you hear a thunderous boom that shakes the walls a little bit inside the dormitory. And do you cares? You hear a little bit later, God damn it! Stupid thing! I'll need to go ahead and repurpose this entire still. God, fantastic! And you hear a bit of other banging, and then as the two of you, or the rest of you, do kind of leave the dormitory, you see that familiar face of Cheshire is walking out of his room. His hair is a little bit singed, and you see that part of it still exploded in his room. You see a bit of liquid everywhere, and he just annoyingly is kind of just frustrated. You see him start to do a bit of incantations for station to station to remove the liquids from the walls and drop it into a bucket on the ground. Like this has happened before. And then he sees all of you, but doesn't pay any attention. He's now kind of going off a list of, all right, I need more formulas, strengthened reinforced redwood, as well as, and he lists off ingredients as he just kind of just walks out of the Spire dormitory as people kind of just watch him. At the same time, you see along the wall right here, for you, Jonas, you see there are a group of individuals, about 22 to 24, there's 3 of them, that are excitedly peering over, looks like a piece of paper in their hands. And you can just hear, in fact, I want you to go ahead and give me, all of you that's in that hallway, give me open roll perception rolls, please.
Would that be all of us then?
Sure. This will be a few over here, what they might be saying. So if you get a 1, you're obviously going to not hear over here. But this is over here what they're saying. So Tarek is not paying attention. Neither is Naviate. But Jonas and Philo, you hear them whispering, it's another one. It's another one. Oh, we need to find what it means, what it does. Who's leaving these here? We need to go back to the circle and take this to them. We have to find a new ingredient to reveal its secrets. And they quickly, hushily rush out of the dormitory. You don't recognize them. They're not actually students of this dormitory. And they leave, holding this piece of paper excitedly in their grasp near that wall, which is, well, you saw before, that had that kind of hidden alcove in it. And then after that, the rest of the hallways kind of go empty with the natural noise of the ambience of the surrounding area. You can hear a bit of the chimes as wind does kind of blow in a little bit. You get that smell of fresh food that's coming from the cafeteria. And, well, just the slight murmuring of people talking, going about their duties. Now, get a little more information now that you've been in here. You kind of get to see the sights. So, of the Magambia itself, it does accommodate at one time, going through this academy, around 800 to 1,000 individuals. A mix of faculty, students, the teachers, lore keepers, as well as a lot of the other individuals that are given trusted work to go about and actually explore the rest of the Galarian and Magambia and Aveston, all those locations, and then come back. So you're seeing a mix of all walks of life. So you're seeing students, you're seeing the lore keepers, the teachers, you're seeing the in-between mixes of all walks of life inside this school. It is not represented on my maps, but it is a constantly buzzing activity of an academy. All right. Well, you suspect that within the hour, you'll probably meet Essie at that same little area that you all fought the previous day. But before that, is there anything anyone wishes to do? Got about 40 minutes.
Well, this is quite exciting. I can't wait for class to begin. Meet our professors, our fellow students. Do you think they'll accept us all?
I think they will have a lot of hands-on sort of things happening first, right?
Navai just kind of walking into view. Well, if Cheshire here has made it for as long as he's been here, I think we'll be fine.
Yes, although we did have quite the party yesterday.
Yes, but we've not blown up any stills inside our rooms yet. Unless you plan on doing that.
Yeah.
Well, I suppose that is a good observation. If he's able to make it here, then I suppose any of us can. But all of our endeavors yesterday were certainly difficult.
I wouldn't say all of them were successful either.
Yes. I just worry that, well, I don't want to flunk out.
I think you'll be fine.
This is our second day. I mean, it will be fine. For us. I don't know about you, Philo.
Yes, but Mother always said first impressions are so...
Well, you made a good impression on me, friend. Don't worry about that.
Well, thank you, Philo. You're kind. You're all kind, really. I think we're all going to fit in quite well.
I think so too.
Should we eat something first?
As you mentioned that, Tarek, you see a couple of students outside walking about, and you can smell the honey essence that is kind of coming through of this freshly baked, honey-dipped biscuits. And you see that they're actually coated in this sweet glaze of honey, and it just maybe brings saliva to your mouth and just smells good. As students are going about and getting breakfast right now from the dining hall. So it's up to you if you so want.
Yes.
I was taught to always partake in a sweet snack when I'm able, so I know I will be going to the cafeteria for some breakfast.
Who was this wise person who taught you this? I like this wisdom imparted upon you. Let's go. And Terry starts going in the opposite direction from where those honey-laden confections are coming.
Okay. It is no longer raining right now, but it is overcast in the current skies.
Number 18. Ooh.
So number 18 is the dining hall. So as you all are making your way down towards the dining hall, you can now kind of hear the sounds of a bit loud. You can adjust that with the Stereoscape volume in the top right. So as you are going through towards the dining hall, you can hear the amount of people, the talk and the excitement and the general activities of day to day. You can smell the aroma. You can see Lumusi Yao is inside giving out some food to people. People are going up to essentially kind of like a buffet style as they're grading food from these large displays of vegetables and a bit of slight plates of meat and drinks. You have a bit of water as well as the typical honey-esque water and other really strange concoctions for the multitude of races and ancestors, I should say, that are here. And as you go inside, let me go ahead and show you all. So you remember Lamusi? Here she is. And as you are going inside, you actually do see Essie is at one of the tables eating with a couple of other people. And as she's eating, she sees all of you, and she does wave to all of you. And you see another student comes walking up to her. Essie, I saw you last night after nightfall. How was that date you're talking about? Oh, he was not too ambitious, so nothing there. And as fast as she just kind of threw whoever that was to the side, you see that she is very much looking for ambitious people when it comes to dating. She is someone who is very, very busy here in the Magambia. But you go up to the counter, up to the rooms where Lamusi is, and you go ahead and grab plates or items for snacks or for breakfast itself. And do you eat and walk, or do you sit down at a nearby table, empty table, with other individuals? What do you kind of do?
Let's get this one to go, maybe, so we can. I want to see the school. I want to see more of it. Where?
So you want to eat while you walk?
Yeah.
That's not good for your stomach.
What? Why?
Well, you have to concentrate while eating.
I
That's
don't
just
have to
facts.
concentrate. Can
But-
you not eat and walk?
I mean, I could if I wanted to, but you shouldn't. You really shouldn't. It's not good for you and your mind, and your gut.
Let's accommodate Philo, so he doesn't need to eat and walk at the same time.
Well, can we all sit together?
Of course.
I don't really know anyone else here.
Yeah.
Well, unless you want to sit with Essie over there.
Well, we do know her, but she just seems so popular.
Mm-hmm. I see
Hello,
that.
my name is SC. You
Shouldn't
see,
you?
I feel all tongue-tied when around her.
Yeah. If we're supposed to be ambitious with her, she says. To be.
If you're trying to date here, by the looks of it,
Oh, it was about a date? Oh, okay.
that's what it
Yeah.
sounded like.
Wait, so is anyone interested in Essie here?
Are you?
I'm not.
No, but he just like crawls over behind Philo and just starts nudging him.
Yeah,
Like, he
maybe you
starts
want to sit
tumbling
down
like
there.
he's not.
Go on,
No,
go on. She likes
no, wait,
ambition.
But I have. Am I ambitious?
Well,
You want to be?
not if you hesitate.
Oh, you're right.
Hey, if it goes south, a lesson hard earned is a lesson hard forgotten.
You're right. You're right. I think, honestly, if it doesn't work, if she says she likes ambitious people, I could just try again, right? It would make me ambitious. I would just try. I would try to talk to her.
Navai gives Philo a tap on the back.
so to paint the room a little bit further so you get an idea. So you see that the walls are open to the environment. It does have a ceiling though. And you can see there's about 50 to 60 people inside, about 20 to 30 tables that can accommodate 10 to 15 people at one time. And as mentioned, you do see the SC is at a table that is mostly full, but there are a couple open spots there. There are some other tables that are open that have no one sitting at right now, and some that have a couple of students. So you have a definite ease of choice to go to where you want to sit if need be.
Definitely
mean,
getting
we're
that
going-
first day of school vibe.
Yeah.
Where should we
Where do we
sit?
sit? Holding our trays.
I think we still have. I still have time to talk to Essie later, right? Maybe we should just concentrate on eating and.
You're hesitating.
So ambitious. I like it. I like your planned ambition, Philo.
Let's go sit
You're
next
really
to
great. Yeah.
Navai just gets going.
Philo too.
Where
Goes to Essie.
where to is David going?
So you just like follow behind all of you.
Either he joins or he gets left behind.
I would join, but where to?
To Essie.
Oh no. Okay.
All right, so as you're going up to the table where SC is sitting, you do see that there's not really enough seats for all of you, but as you're approaching, looking to maybe to the relief of Philo, you see a couple of kids, or students, I won't say kids, but you see a couple of students do get up and leave, leaving about 6 open spaces, and then the rest of you just move in to where they left and sit down
Just
across the
slide
table
on
from
in.
SC.
Yep.
So smooth.
Philo. Tarek wants to give Philo the closest
my-
spot to Essie.
Yep.
Yeah. So like.
Hello,
Like
good
he
morning.
Good morning. And Philo
Morning,
starts
morning.
eating.
Morning.
You're not too sore, I
hello,
take
Essie.
it. Good morning to you.
Maybe a bit.
Well,
but not too much.
Nothing that a good night's sleep couldn't be.
indeed. But we're still young. We'll have another opportunity. I'd like to fight you all one more time later on. Get an idea of the rest of your capabilities. Even might have some
I'd
other
like
opportunities.
to have a rematch. I'd like to have a rematch, especially with Kenny.
I think she would like that very much.
Hmm.
Well, get your fill on. We'll go ahead and, in 13 minutes, go ahead and do the first prerequisites for your cohort. But it's nice talking to all of you. I do need to go on right now and wrap up some errands before I meet you in front of the Spire Dormitory. And
Alright.
as she's getting up, you see another student come by. Hey, Essie, are you ready for the competition later tonight with the boats? Oh, yes, I'll be. And she gets up and starts talking with other people, waves all of you goodbye, and she continues on, talking to the students. And you can overhear a bit about a rowing sports club.
And Tarek faces Philo and says, "You did so well. You like to be the mysterious type, huh?"
No, but he gives Philo a tap on the shoulder and it's like, another time.
Honestly, I think before I even ask her, I think I should at least beat her once in a competition. That would teach her good how great I am.
So you don't like a woman who can beat you up?
I mean, I did like it yesterday.
Oh. Poor Philo. Tarek just whispers very quietly. Maybe Philo heard it, maybe Philo didn't.
I wonder if you see fellow turning red from saying that. I don't know.
Wait, who's turning red? Philo's definitely turning red. but
Okay,
who-
yeah,
who-
Philo's just turning beet red.
Yeah, no, that was his joke.
I think honestly it's me who's turning red right now.
You're doing great, Olivia.
It's Jonas, he's really quiet.
Jonas, what do you plan to do here? There are so many options. Like, do you row in Absalom? I've never went to a rowing club. Jonas?
Oh, is he typing?
Oh boy.
Oh no. Okay.
Earphone settings.
Oh no.
No.
He's consuming his food. It's so delicious. He's just scarfing it down, ignoring all of you.
He's just very focused.
It's understandable.
I can understand.
Okay. Wait until he gets back.
Yep.
Jonas, can you hear me? Or are you still working on your headset? I think he's froze right now. I think he might be resetting some stuff. Nope, he's blinking.
Here, I got it.
Okay.
Yep, we're good.
All right, fantastic. All right, so I guess they did ask you a question, Jonas.
Tarek asked Jonas if they have any sort of like these activities like a rowing club or something like that in Absalom, where he is from.
They don't have rowing clubs, but they definitely have wrestling teams. I'm just not much of a. I'm not much of an athlete. I can run fast, but that's about it.
Yeah.
I will say the games are quite popular in Absalom.
The games?
Yes, gladiatorial games. So wrestling and dueling and the like.
In the Iwarium.
Sports like that are definitely popular.
But
Oh,
the
interesting.
the type of thing we did yesterday.
Yes.
Did you do
I've
those
never
too?
partaken in any of them before. That was the first time, but I've seen them many times.
Are they fun?
I don't think
yes,
he would notice.
some of them can get quite violent. My mother wouldn't let me attend those games, but the ones that didn't involve killing, when I was a child, I would go to quite often.
Oh, I would love to see them someday.
What? Wait, it's doing killing for sports? That sounds.
Yes, it is a little barbaric,
Yeah.
but the crowds love it.
Oh wow, Terry, you would watch that?
Yeah, probably. You wouldn't?
I don't think I
I
would.
don't know. No, me neither.
All right.
How
Sounds a
about you?
little too barbaric for my taste.
Yeah.
Never
Jonas,
seen
if
anyone
your-
killed.
Jonas, if your mother didn't say anything about it, would you watch them?
Well, the way that we're raised definitely has quite an impact on how we live our lives. So I
True,
suppose
and
if I
yet-
was raised in a different family, I might have different values. But
Teacher Art did bring up to us how here at the Magambia we are very segregated from the environment we were raised in, and we are free to explore ourselves a little more. So it's a question that may not yet have an answer.
so yes, I suppose if I was raised in a different family, I obviously have different experiences. But I suppose given my experiences, it does seem a bit barbaric. Um,
Yeah. Any sports
I-
that you guys find interesting that we've seen so far on the campus?
I personally feel that the sport of killing is simply a bit much. The jungles are harsh enough as is. Survival is its own task.
Yeah, it's a,
To make a mockery of that seems childish, is all.
I do
My-
understand how you see things, Navait. I respect that, certainly. I can't honestly be in any disagreement with it.
Though it was a lot of fun yesterday. It is a performance. And I like this.
I'm not against a little sparring
Spectacle.
now and then.
Yeah. I think we need to work on our coordination for that. We need to be a bit better with it.
We understand each other's capabilities, but we've not.
Do we? I'm not quite sure.
We did go over that a little bit yesterday. Just
Speaking,
I do think it would.
we
take
haven't
some
been
time.
able to put that to practice, is all.
Yeah.
Yes, it might take some time for us to synchronize our strengths and our weaknesses, understanding what we anticipate what the other might do. That always takes time. I think we like to call that teamwork, right?
Yeah.
You think we can maybe train a bit every day for like an hour or maybe 30 minutes already is.
I'd be
Good.
up for that.
Yeah.
I do want to cut in because I had an idea for interlude, which actually will be relevant to the situation right here. So we're going to do a
Oh.
small interlude as we're talking about breakfast right now. That is relevant to this discussion. Now we already had Navi as Jonas as doing theirs already, so I want to have Philo as well as Tarek go ahead and give me d20 rolls. Oh, there's thunder. Okay, it's now raining. The weather
Nice.
changed.
Okay.
Philo, it looks. Is it the highest?
Is the
Oh,
highest.
yeah.
So,
Ooh, yeah.
Philo. So, talking about the fighting yesterday, training, I want you to go ahead and tell the group a bit of a tale in your own words of a encounter that you had getting to Natambo and the Magambe here that you had to defeat or possibly maybe even fail to actually fight on your way here. A small little encounter that was you did, and you can narrate it if you succeed or failed, or if you overcome or were essentially defeated in some which way. But tell us a little story about that. Could be minor,
Okay,
could be big,
so-
it's up to you.
Okay, so when I was traveling from my place to
Yeah.
Hamburg, like
Yeah.
on the road. Okay. How am I? I think this is my first time ever that I've rolled higher. So I think it's my first time ever sharing something. So I will have to think of it.
Olivia's first interlude. Okay.
Ah.
No question.
It could be simple. Maybe come across a group of wolves or a native species to the Magambia.
Wanders around jungles.
This feels so hard.
Big cats,
Oh
reptiles,
no.
bugs.
Wax. That's a
Okay,
good idea.
I'll give you an example. I'll give you
Steam.
a lead if you want to, Olivia.
Oh my
So-
god, yes, please. I'm so sorry.
On the way here, you were essentially blocked in your path. Whatever you with yourself or the other individuals in your path were very, very large grouping of fire beetles that were grazing the area, and your group had to go around. Now, as the group was going around, a couple of them were essentially disturbed, and they were ready to attack. And we'll say one of them did move into attack. So how did you help out, or how did you circumvent this little small encounter with this group of, we'll say, fist-sized fire beetles?
Fist size.
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe it would help if like Philo starts talking about
So sorry.
the
No, you're okay,
about
Olivia.
the sort of maybe about an ambition like you were talking about earlier, you know, and that you're about your martial prowess, and then not that Tarek would ever want to
Like,
see Philo boasting or anything.
Yeah,
but-
whatever encounter you had may be a reason why you've gone on the path of being like a monk. If you have any ideas there.
Oh, I think that happened a bit earlier, but
I'm just bringing up
That's-
possibilities.
that's a great idea. I think that's a great idea. So thank you. But I think now that I think about it, that's a good point, George. I think Philo would share this story as kind of boasting, and he's like smiling and telling how he tried to protect everyone he was traveling with, despite them actually being maybe a bit more knowledgeable and
competent.
excuse me.
Was competent the word you wanted to find?
Maybe wiser.
Oh yeah, that works too.
I'm not that old, okay? It's okay to not be as wise as people who are older than me. And besides, it's just
Does age really matter for wisdom?
maybe not.
I've
It
spent
does
time.
to a degree. It depends on how you respond to situations. Wisdom doesn't automatically come from age, but it's hard to have wisdom if you don't have experience.
Right.
I guess the more mistakes you do, the wiser you get. And this was one of my mistakes I did while fighting the beetles. As embarrassing as it is, I got really beat up by the beetles, and thanks to everyone else in the group, I was able to. Not I, but they fought the beetles off, and after that I learned a lot about teamwork, and it's not just about running into the battle, it's also about thinking about what the others can do, and that's what I would really like to do. I would love to get to know you all better, also in wrestling matches and stuff like that. If we have to work together in the future, I would like to do it. Great.
Yeah, and there's no way there are any sort of beetles in this school. That would be insane if anyone kept beetles. Right.
Do you keep beetles?
No, of course not.
Okay, good. Ever since I saw them, I got a bit iffy about them.
Don't like beetles?
Not anymore, I don't.
Tarek has a look in his bag. Okay.
Are beetles the only thing you have a problem with?
Oh,
But thank you, Olivia, for that tale. You're doing fine. You're doing fine. I know this is a difficult thing. I put people on the spot, so you did fine. Olivia, you did fine. Go and take a hero point,
Okay.
Olivia.
really? Oh, thank you.
You did good.
And it's honestly, it's most insects I have a problem with, but not with you, Navid.
You just
I mean,
But is a spider really an insect?
arachnids
They're
are
not?
classified separately, but
They are.
both are arthropods. Does that count? Like exoskeleton?
don't
You
have.
have your bones outside.
Yes.
Interesting.
That's a distinguishing mark for bugs and spiders alike.
I suppose being afraid of having a phobia of insects while living in the jungle is can be a bit of a problem, but that's no different than an introvert living in a city, I suppose.
Is that your case?
Yes, I'm trying to learn to become more and more of a people person, but I just don't always have the right words. Sometimes I just get lost in my own thoughts.
Well, on the topic, I, much like many of my kin, am not a fan of rain. But we live in a jungle, so hey.
I would also like to add that I don't think you're scared of insects if they're about as big as your head. Right? Like, Navait, do you like what how do you see insects, if it's not weird to ask? How do you see them? Do you like them, or do they feel like icky?
You've asked me before if I eat them.
Yeah. Do you? I forgot what you answered. I'm sorry.
Conversation was going about, so I wouldn't be surprised if you just missed my answer, but yes. I don't have any problem with insects. Unlike for you guys, I'm already familiar with what makes insects different. Or that is to say, they're not different from my perspective.
Do you have
Not
preferences?
really.
I suppose it just means we all have to adapt to our environment. None of us are in an ideal situation, and yet here we are, and we found friends in one another. I think the more that we stick together, the more that we'll get through it together.
I, for one, love Essie's idea of the silken umbrellas, and I need to maybe think about making some of my own.
As you're in the midst of talking over your breakfast, you see that on some tables, even on your own table, there's a line of ants that are going over the table to some crumbs of food. Most people are not really paying attention. Some are like, not more ants, and you kind of like brush them off the table to clean it off. No one's going around like banging the tables, but you see that there are some tables that have but insects on them right now.
Would there be any like on or near our table?
Indeed.
I just chip out like the tiniest piece of a mango and I just bop it on one of them.
You watch as the grouping starts to go over to swarm the mango and eventually start to tear off little pieces and carry it down the table.
Tarek surreptitiously like crushes some and puts it in his bag.
Some mango or insects?
Insects.
Both.
But they're-
Both.
Okay.
No,
I
no,
mean,
no, not the mango.
I think Philo would just lift his teller, Georg? I forgot
Plate.
his plate. He would just lift his plate when their insects come on the table.
You'd have a
It's
tray.
like, oh, we
Yeah.
have a tray. Well, then he's going to lift his
Potentially.
tray.
If we're in a cafeteria with like an all-you-can-eat buffet, then yeah, I imagine trays being prominent.
Mhm.
Is there anything anyone wishes to do before we wrap up our breakfast? As you do recall, you do want to be at your dormitory by 7 o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
We have 2 minutes.
Fully polymorph into human form, pull hood over my head, and I'm gonna get going, I think.
As you
And
step
I'm
out,
not keen on wasting any time.
as you step outside of the dining hall, encountering the rain, it is a rather cold morning. It is 65 degrees or 18 Celsius right now, so a little bit chilly. As you make your way back to the Spire dormitory, where you see at the same fighting place you had the night before, you see Essie. And as you get there, you see that Essie is also holding a silk umbrella over her right now, same as what Navi is also currently using.
Did she let us keep the silk umbrella from yesterday, did she?
Yes.
Okay. It's using that then and like just dashing back to the dormitory, trying to like get as little rain on myself as possible.
Good morning. Did you have a good breakfast?
It was excellent. Really
Agreed.
like it here.
Hello, my name is Essie Diana. I'm going to help you out here while we explore
you?
this place. I am
Oh,
very,
it was
very
good.
knowledgeable. I'm an 8th student here, and I want to join the Tempest Sun Mages. But
Are the ants common over there?
they're common everywhere. You'll get used to it around here, same as the rain. I know that it's not quite liking for a lot of people, but you have to
I
get
don't
used to
mind
it
them.
here.
The
not-
rain is far more about it to me.
Not the insects, the rain. There's going to be both plentiful around here. But the green shoots do blossom. It is very, very nice. And you watch as a familiar dwarf is running through the rain, and you see the splash of rain going past him, his face, his beard, as he's getting much, much closer, and you recognize Habram from the night before. And as he's
His
rushing
beard.
forward, you can hear the clanking. He's wearing full plate mail. He's got an axe on his back, and you see Essie. Oh, why is he wearing full plate mail? What a strange dwarf. And she yells out, "Good morning, Habram," as he rushes forward.
Why are you running in that?
Because it's competition, and I want to make sure that I'm prepared in all cases if I need to be wearing armor.
Nothing.
But-
Just gives Philo like just a side glance, like very
Certainly looks
confused.
uncomfortable in the rain.
It's fine. If I'm gonna be a warrior, I need to make sure I'm good with this armor. And you see, Essie's a little confused. Hey, Brum, I'm expecting Root here, not you. Is everything okay? But I swapped with Anchor Root. And he brushes that kind of aside as he kind of looks at all of you. And then he kind of stumbles over his words a little bit, then Essie kind of touches on the shoulder. Over the next 5 days, you'll be helping with each of the school's 5 branches. Habram and Anchored Root seek to join the Range Scribes. It's the branch that explores the world and helps others travelers make their way through uncertain territories. That means Range Scribes have to work well with both nature and people. And then you see Habram kind of step forward. We could really use your help. The Kafasi market won't deal with anyone that they know as part of the Magambia. And since you're new, you should be able to get in without any problems. You'll be looking for, chickens. Do you know there's such a thing as endangered chickens? Of course, any chicken that comes too close to me is endangered. A farmer
So
outs-
you won't be going there.
no, a farmer. Well, also because of the Kafesi market. But a farmer outside of Natambu, Besola, said her family used to keep Oyofiri chickens. Said that they could catch anything, even a dragon egg. I don't know much about that, but she wants to raise Oyofiri again, so we're going to get her some for the prerequisite here. And Oyofiri eggs aren't very hardy, and the birds aren't good layers, so they mostly get put in soup now, and there's usually hardly any left now. Well, we got caught wind that some of in Kafasi actually have a few chicks, so we're gonna have you go and bring some back.
Okay. I best stay in my human form for this one. It's not many. Most Anadi who come here wind up being a part of the Magambia. So they don't notice my own traits.
All right.
So, if anyone knows who the Oyofiri chickens are, go ahead and give me a roll if you're trained for nature.
Nature.
Mhm.
Untrained.
Had to be trained this
I
one.
cannot. Mm-hmm.
Blind GM roll, right?
No, it could be open.
Ooh, am I the only one who doesn't have nature?
Okay, I'm going to put it in the open.
All right, George sending you some information, as well as going to be sending information to other people as well. There you go. So some of you know what these actually are.
Tarek would ask. So, like chickens, like chicken that have like white faces, blue feathers, and like also blue combs.
Oh, yes, that would be them.
Okay, just so we're clear. What are they called again? Kafasi?
Oidofiri. I'll spell it in chat for you because that is a bit of a goofy word. There you go.
Mm-hmm.
And the market is called the Kafasi market.
The Kafasi market, yes.
Okay.
And if anyone wants to go ahead and give me a society or diplomacy check, I will give you some information about that as well. Again, gotta be trained in these.
Diplomacy. I'll do public role.
The public role's fine. If I say the role out loud, it's usually gonna be public. I won't tell you the role if I'm doing actually a hidden.
Wow. This is something.
All right.
20 on diplomacy for me, 20 on society for Jonas. So if it's separate information, then that's that.
Okay, so what Jonas as well as Navi are going to know is that the Kafasi market, as you've heard, won't deal with Magambia. Or I should say the Magambia won't deal with Kafasi market, and vice versa. And here is the reasons why. You two have overheard this.
Yes, well, I've heard that Kafasi market has a little bit of a reputation for selling items that Magambia really frown upon.
Small bit, yeah.
What?
I've been around there, but definitely gonna stick to my human form now that I think of it.
I suppose we should watch our step then, if we're there.
What
Do
sort
they
of?
so?
Like the big guy said.
Dangerous magical items,
contraband.
lethal curses, and the like.
Oh.
Interesting.
I don't know the economy in Mwangi, but I would assume they'd be things that are usually sold in the black market in Absalom.
Essentially. I've heard that it was one of the merchants in particular, but I don't know which, honestly.
Yes. So,
Yeah.
you want to go ahead and time is a bit of the essence right now. They're pretty rare. Here's 20 gold to go ahead and get the chicks. We're looking for at least 4 of them, but we need at least 1 male and 1 female. The more you get, the better it's going to be. And this one here should be enough to cover all the cost.
20 gold is our budget.
Okay.
Here's fingers crossed we don't get any cursed chickens, I guess.
Why would someone curse chickens?
You'd be surprised.
The Confessate does travel around Magambia, or the Natambu, so you have to go ahead and try to find where it's located at.
Oh.
Hopefully it won't be too much trouble.
I do suggest you get a move on, though, because hopefully nothing will be lost by the time you do arrive.
Let's hustle.
Let's get a move on.
All right then.
You watch as
As
Essie...
we-
Sorry, go ahead.
Yep. I was going to say as we start moving out, but you go.
Okay. You watch as Essie, with her umbrella, goes to the inside of the Spire Dormitory. You watch as just rain blinking off of the armor from Habram, looks up the sky, watches the clouds. This will be good. And gets down and starts doing push-ups on the ground, right there on the spot.
As we're leaving, Navai does make the comment of, Go figure, we've just been talking about adapting to the environment around us, and now we're helping out the rain scribes.
Rain.
Fun
Right.
twist of fate there.
Well, if it's raining all the time, what can you do?
Makes sense.
I suppose every scribe in Magambia needs to be a rain scribe.
Has that been your experience here?
Alright, so we're going to use this, but not that image. We're going to use a familiar image to represent where the party is.
Oh. What, the backpack?
It's so tiny!
That work?
Alright. So we start out at the Magambia.
It's the complete circle? Is that the school?
Yeah, this entire circle is the Magambia.
Oh, okay. So big.
This entire intersection here?
No, this entire...
Oh. Yep.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah,
Circle.
yeah. Those are the statues that are like around the...
Yeah.
Oh, hey, I've just noticed something. This is actually oriented differently than the map of the
Okay.
Magambia. Because this little bit
Oh, this.
Yes.
is on the bottom on the Magambia map.
It's the door puzzle all over again.
It is.
Yeah. Yeah, so there's all the statues as well. Yeah, this whole thing is the Magambia. Okay.
10 statues. Okay.
Fun.
So we gotta go ahead and find these chicks. Now, as you do go towards the exit, you're passing several other buildings, you're passing the other faculty members. You do maybe go past the dining hall. It is currently sporadically running off and on. And as you are going through, you need to start actually trying to find where this place is located at. The Kifasi market. I'll put that chat as well so you can remember that for notes.
It sounds like it's a roving sort of market.
It is. So I was told you about Headroom that the market does move around. It's a traveling kind of little bazaar for the people of Ntambu.
One thing that I didn't realize is like discounting the Magambia, Nantambu seems kind of small.
So let's speak about that really quickly. So Ntambu itself is composed of about 15,000 people is what makes up the size of the city. And if you want to include the schools, so you're about 13,000 people in the city itself. And yeah, that's the population. Now, I just mentioned that it's a place that is allowing people to explore their kind of inner desires, the inner creativity, because food is kind of given freely, lodging freely to people that are out. There's always, like as mentioned, a custom to have a open chair seat in every home and business for people to go ahead and get service if they need be. And so this allows merchants, well, I should say, it allows craftsmen to go ahead and explore the things they couldn't really do in a, obviously like Absalon. They have to go to what people are actually wanting there, where here they can go what they want to make themselves instead of what someone else wants to have. So the creativity inside the city is almost better than any other city in Galarian. And as you are moving through this place, as you get towards the exit, today you do see Tukulu At at the entrance of one of the walkways. And as mentioned, Tukulu At is right here. Good morning. Good morning. I see you're going out for your first prerequisite. Is that correct?
Yes.
Yes, Teacher Ott.
Right, yeah.
Fantastic. Make sure that some people inside the city will be quite different from what you expect inside the Magambia. Everyone here is very peaceful, but some do take upon the work of the prerequisites with a more self-sense of arrogance and entitlement, so do keep that in mind. But I do have a recommendation when you are done with the prerequisite for today. And that is, and he does pat the wooden mask that is at his side. You might want to go ahead and take some woodworking lessons. And you'll know why in the near future and what it does bring. You might want to speak to Guana here in the Tambu. She is the best woodworker in the city itself. But you can definitely do what you want with your own free time. He bids you all farewell and then does make his way back into the Magambia. That is the name of the woodworker that he did mention.
Go on.
And now, you have to go out and try to find these chicks. So, there are multiple ways to go ahead and do this. Through either talking to people, trying to get information, just trying to see if you can find the market itself. So, roles here can be done.
Okay.
Now, as a group, we're going to be doing one role, and this will be a group essential role.
One single role for the whole group.
Yeah, and as long as, well, everyone's going to do a role of this individual skill, so everyone's going to do the same skill check, but we can do it multiple times or different skills themselves. But we're looking to have at least 2 people get a successful role to go ahead and locate the market. So as mentioned, the ones we can do is diplomacy to gather information to see if we can get people overhearing it. We can do perception to go ahead and just see if we can find it by looking around as we do wander around the city itself. But it will take some time either way.
I would like to ask about, I think, might be the best way to go about it.
So, so just those 2 options, or would society having an understanding of the streets help at all, or?
Since you're not from here, Dwayne Society might be using the skill itself to go to the previous locations that you might have heard about. So it might be a little bit harder to check, but I would allow a Society if you want to use that.
Well, I could do a perception. So, do we choose who's like one person to do the roll, basically kind of choosing the highest modifier?
All of you get to
for
do
the
a roll.
situation?
But I'm looking for 2 successes on whatever skill you do choose.
Okay, so we all roll once.
Mhm.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
But by all means, use other solutions if you think might have a good chance of doing it as well. Okay.
Nice.
Okay.
I'm going to try asking around.
Okay.
Jonas is keeping his eyes peeled for chicks with dark blue feathers and white underbellies.
Diplomacy. Let's go.
Oh, damn.
Okay, I feel like.
Oh!
Oh my god.
There we go.
Interesting.
Very interesting.
Pairing.
All right. Navjeet, as you're talking to some people, as diplomacy, we get information. As you are talking, you actually stumble into a group of, we'll say, half-orcs that are currently painting the side of a building. And as you're talking to some people, they're going, "Oh, yeah, I saw the Gavasi market actually just this morning." And as he's pointing, you're talking, you walk right into the ladder that they are actually on, and you actually bump the ladder and have it fall, having the 2 half-orcs go, "What are you doing?" hang on the roof of the building as their paint can falls and lands on top of your head. And it just covers you in just a giant splash of, well, Herb, what color paint? And this is a colorful environment, so really anything on the rainbow could be used here.
Bright orange.
Okay, so as the paint falls, you get essentially 3/4 just splattered with bright orange paint.
Do we see that?
Absolutely.
Like a few minutes pass of Navai just standing there. She gathers herself, comes over to you guys. I'm gonna go wash up. You guys see if you can find anything.
All right. Do you need any help?
She takes one look over at the half-orcs, see how they're doing with the ladder.
They're hanging on the roof. Put the ladder back! What are you...
God.
Stop making a mistake here! Help us!
Well,
I think Philo
Well,
would run into that and try to help. I think if.
Well, the orange goes nice with your purple robes.
While
I'm gonna walk over, pick up the ladder, put it back, and walk away.
Okay, as he is trying to put the ladder up, George, go ahead and roll me a d20. 15 or more, one of the guys falls.
Why do I have to do this?
Okay, they're hanging on. As Navi, it's covered in paint, puts the ladder back on the wall, and slowly they shuffle themselves back to the ladder. Serves you right for not looking where you're going.
That's
Go on,
harsh.
take a dip in the pool, in the canals. I could have broken my head with that. Pay attention where you're going.
No. With them like saying "Sips, you're right," I'm gonna just knock it back down now, and now walk away.
Okay, so Olivia, roll me another d20. Okay. What are you doing? Put the ladder back!
I'm out.
You're watching
Exiting the scene.
a bit of commotion as people on the side streets are watching this. And you watch as someone else does come forward "What are you doing?" And grabs the ladder and puts the ladder against the side of the building. And he puts it there. "All right, you're free to come down now." And you watch as the painters get on the ladders, and as they're coming down, you watch as the individual that did come forward is a human about mid-30s, and he looks at the ladder, and he looks at all of you, and he does see the beads on your clothing, and just kind of looks at all of you. "You should know better as students than to do something like this. It's a lively city. I know most people in there are probably a little used to the freedom that you get, but be careful when walking around here. Sheesh." And they kind of just walk off now, letting you do what you now want to continue doing. That does pass a little bit of time, though, so pass 10 minutes of time.
Oh man.
10 minutes. Yeah, no, Nava, it's gonna take like half hour to like wash up out of the scene.
Tarek would like to smooth some things over with the people. Like, well, it was a mistake. It was an accident. Come on, people, this is not right. There was no malice involved. Maybe a little bit. But
What do you mean, Malice? We saw him move the ladder away from the wall.
Well, that was
Well,
probably
I
also
think-
an accident.
I think she ran into it by accident.
Yeah, and the second time. Sometimes, especially with all the paint over her.
I mean, the paint was over her face. She could
Yeah.
probably barely see anything.
Let's not be too harsh, right? Come on.
Give me a diplomacy roll.
Yes.
All right, just be careful while you're walking. There's gonna be a lot of other painters around the town. We're always painting the new buildings.
And what a beautiful color it is.
Ah, yeah, it is. It's such a different experience than Absalon or Sandpoint or other small towns. I've been to a couple of those. It's all just dreary gray stone and just not colorful. It's so much better here in Atambu.
You're
I
right.
do like the vibrant colors. I mean, it's green everywhere, and yet there's all these other splashes and flashes of color. It's a wonderful style.
I like it. And Tarek whispers to the others, like beckons them in the little huddle. Whenever he is back, let's go to the west of the town. I heard that the market might reside there.
Yeah, I think you're right. I saw something similar. I mean, I saw something. I saw tracks, actually.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Yeah, not sure if that was a success or a failure, given the outcome.
Or Navait.
Or Navite.
Then
All right.
we'll
We
wait
didn't
for-
agree to meet back on the same spot.
The question
Yeah,
is,
we did.
just to keep
do
going.
we wait for Navi or do we go immediately?
Okay.
So if you guys want to go, I can wait for Navait, and I can go with Navi together.
Okay. Yeah, let's meet up in the west at a certain point that we all know of course.
Okay.
Sure.
So some will wait, some will go. All right. With that being said, let's go and take our 10-minute break right here.
I want the sound. Yay!
Yay.
All right. See y'all in a few minutes.
Yeah.
See you.
What luck.
So, I heard, me and Navait heard that we can go flying above the campus. Anyone wants to check that out?
He
While
did
leaving
tell
Tarek.
us
goes
to investigate this dormitory specifically. And
Yes,
I
it had something to do with-
remember Essie bringing up about that. And just kind
it didn't.
of gonna sway my way over there.
I mean, we could check it out quickly, but I don't want to leave Tarek out, you know.
No, it's fine.
He's taking a bath. He'll be fine.
No, I like it's fine. And Tarek leaves his bag with stuff in the dry dormitory and goes over. I might as well go flying.
I called Ebbs.
You first. Yeah, so
This is,
do we have to go on top of
fascinating.
this thing?
I wonder how it
Just
works.
gonna hop on over there and
Yeah, Jonas will jump up and just start kind of
yeah.
hopping.
So
over.
Jonas-
what is this thing?
It's a
actually?
50-foot spire that
Right.
tapers to a blunt end you can see
Yeah.
from the distance. Jonas, going to give me a reflex saving throw.
No, because we can't just step up into it if it's 50 foot tall.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay. Yeah, all of you watch as Jonas takes a slight leap and he gets thrown 60 feet in the air.
Woohoo! Now I eat called dibs.
You remain upright, not like tumbling over, and you suddenly essentially glide back to the ground.
Oh my god.
That is amazing.
Nothing. It's just gonna like let itself. Okay, what did Jonas do? Did he like climb it or did he just step forward? That's what I'm not understanding.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't know it was 50 feet tall, so
Oh,
He jumped.
Jumped on it, jumped next to it.
Just jump.
Just
right, but I'm not understanding because this thing is
I
50
think you
foot
just-
tall.
it's within proximity.
Yeah.
Watch again, and he jumps in the air.
And just launches 60 feet in the air.
Okay.
Woo!
this place is amazing.
And you slowly glide back down to the ground.
Navi, just gonna leap up.
Alright, Navi,
Yeah.
go ahead and give me a reflex saving throw, please.
That is my weakest saving throw.
This is amazing.
Hey, Jonas, wanna try to high five up there?
Come on! I
Navi,
believe I can
as
fly.
you jump, you just somersault and tumble. And all of you watch as Navi is in the air, just like not holding her position at all. And
This
slightly
is very
like
fitting. given
upside
that-
down, just like tumbles back to the ground, but at a slow speed, before you
Can I
kind of
land
land
on
on
the
your
tree?
back on the ground.
Can I
Okay.
land on a tree on accident? Just kind of like.
Sure. Philo, you jump up and you also glide up in the air and you're able to hold upright. And then you also slowly hold position as you glide back to the ground.
I want to try to high five Jonas up there.
No, but it's just kind of on her back, like laying on the ground, just kind of staring up into the sky.
Tarek, you jump in
is
as well?
going to very hesitantly try to jump up, and regardless of what the reflex save does, he's going to scream all the way. Um,
I've had a thought. Jumping. It launches us up if we jump, but is that just a vertical movement?
You're right, we could go to class with this. If
No,
we
I was
would
just
make it
thinking,
to
can
class.
I throw Tarek up?
You can fly.
ah.
Tarek, you also fly in the air. You stay upright. So the only one that didn't really stay upright was Navayit. And you also
This is
glide
very
back to the
fitting.
ground.
Ah!
This
Was
is
staying
very
upright
fair.
still, cartwheeling with his
Right.
hands.
So experiencing this, your next encounter, you'll have a +1 to reflex saving throws.
All of us?
Mhm.
Or okay, neat. Yeah, I would like to throw Tarek upward and see if it has the same effect.
It does.
Just
Tarek
like, pick him up
begrudgingly
and-
Go
lets
ahead
you throw
and
him.
give me a range throw skill. So essentially, Dex and your level. If you're trained in simple range, which you probably should be.
Dex. Okay. /R 1d20 plus
+3.
Dex plus level. That would be +3.
Yeah. Okay. So you throw Tarek.
Yep.
Okay. So it's a little bit off center. So Tarek.
I like.
Don't
Like,
tell the elf.
he's like, maybe he's like standing there after like having landed. I come up behind him and I scoop him up and immediately like.
Tarek,
Whoa, okay.
You fly in the air, but at a little bit of an odd angle, you actually fall on top of the dormitory. You land softly, you're not hurt, but you're on top of the dormitory now.
How many stories is the dormitory tall? Like, how many feet am I above ground?
I had this. I think it was 20 feet
What?
in the air.
And, like, Tarek screams all the way to the top of the dormitory, and you can, after you hear like a soft doot, how Tarek lands on the dormitory, you can still hear a bit of like screaming. I think like
No, but he just looks up to the top of the dormitory and it's like, I'll call that a success.
Well, no. Help me down.
Just jump.
We'll catch you. Totally. Try our best.
What she said.
Before I jump, Tarek takes a look down the roof. How far does it feel?
It's about 15 feet from the edge.
It's not too bad.
Okay, so that's like 4.5
So
meters.
about 4.5 meters.
Yeah, Tarek is like, no, you have to catch me. No, a little bit to the right. No.
No, but he just spreads
like-
her arms out, ready to like catch
Ta-
him.
Tarek very clumsily, or not clumsily, but like carefully tries to dangle from any sort of edge at the edge of the roof. Okay, and he looks down. Are you okay? Are you ready? Please.
No, you don't get it. You have to jump. I think.
No, I don't want to
No!
jump. Shut up.
I think Abram did this.
No, this is dumb.
What if I throw you up and you get him down?
Okay, I'm going to let go now. He lets go, and let's see.
Okay, so as you let go, the magic that was on you is not there anymore. So you just plummet.
Yeah, and
Okay, but
So,
does anyone of us, does either Never Eat or Philo catch it?
yeah, they were below me
Yes.
to catch me.
Okay, so go ahead and both of you that are underneath, if you want to go ahead and catch Tarek. So do you both, Tarek? Sorry, do you, Philo and Navi, do you catch Tarek?
Well, we're trying. I mean,
Yeah.
we were readying ourselves. That's why we were
Okay.
edging him on to jump.
All right. So as all of you fall on top, or as Tarek falls and brings all of you to the ground, smushed to the ground, all of you take 5 damage.
I don't like heights.
So you just see Tarek, pff, it knocked both of you down to the ground. And Jonas, you just watch this happen. They get like just smashed into the mud.
All three of
Oh,
us just
dear.
on the ground, like, our backs to the ground, covered in mud. Just, I don't know about the others, but Navai is laughing, just
Same.
enjoying her
Oh dear,
time.
are you all right?
Oh,
That looks like it hurt quite a bit.
I think-
something below me broke. I think. Oh no, it's just Philo. It's all right.
No, I think this pain is the wonderful start of friendship.
I agree. And Navai just grabs both Tarek and Philo into like this group hug sort of thing as they're in the mud.
Jonas, come with us!
Just like
As long as you don't land on me.
No, you have to jump on us!
everyone, take an additional 5 damage.
I think I'll do this a little more safely.
Navai eating coffee, everyone.
Navait is
right.
high.
She is!
It's not a caffeine high.
Ow. Ow.
Now we should probably go and think about taking that bath.
Well, at least we accomplished one thing. Look. And Jonas points to the window, and Anchorroot is looking at us, laughing.
I would just say that you see her, so.
Yep. Well, at least we made her happy. And as they say, laughter is the best medicine, right?
That's
I
just
think-
what my father used to say.
Maybe she'll warm up to us at some point. I'll give it time though.
I think people
No,
with
no need to focus our attention on her. That would just set off the anxiety.
Yes, but now you all need some medicine, I believe.
We'll be fine.
Yeah, a good night's sleep is going to.
A warm
Sure.
bath is,
And a warm
is
bath.
gonna help us out.
Jonas will.
I know you prefer your cold baths,
Treat
but a
Tarek's
warm
wounds.
bath is gonna be better for
Okay.
us right now. Okay.
Oh, thank you.
Well then, I think I'm going to take the cold bath if you guys want to go to warm one. Thanks for pointing that out, Navai.
I would drag you along if I need to.
Although I don't have
Warm
healer's
bath?
kit. I thought I had a healer's kit.
Well, guess what? You can go buy one from the, with your stipend money. From that kobold.
We still haven't gone back there. Anyway, warm bath, yes.
The warm bath brigade is, or cold bath brigade is trying to organize something, and like Tarek is really thankful to Jonas. He fell on a on a big guy, and Navid is also very tall, right?
Yep.
I think they're the same height, right? You were like, I don't know in feet, but you said something like 180 centimeters.
Do you want me to convert it?
What is it in feet?
6'3".
Whoa, that's more than 180.
Yeah.
Nevait is that tall?
In centimeters,
190.
190.
That is tall.
Almost as tall as me.
190?
I can't remember how much I.
190.
You're
Right. Okay, she's taller than me then.
how tall is Jonas?
To convert it,
Like you can say it in
5'10".
5'10". So about as high as
158 centimeters.
185, right?
Or for Navaid, no? 185?
No,
Wait, okay.
Jonas.
Oh, Jonas. 185?
Yeah.
Wait, for real?
No,
no.
177.
178. Yeah, 178.
Okay.
Well, that's exactly my height.
Oh. Wait, you said when we were starting to date, you said
Yeah,
you were
I lied,
180.
of course. I didn't. Of course. I round up. I'm generous like that.
That's hilarious.
and like
Yeah.
Fallo is just slightly taller than Jonas, right?
Oh, yeah, I posted in the Discord server.
Oh, okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah, okay. Yeah, Tarek is small, like even smaller than 3 feet.
Which is good, because it would have been more than 5 hit points if you would have been bigger.
Yeah, like a meteor.
Well, I suppose we could either rest, we could do some shopping. We have all day long until we have more to do.
Well, we're filthy right now is the thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
So we can move on to the next day, or we can continue doing things today.
I think after all this adventure, Tarek is going to relax and is going to maybe read a bit or something like that.
Yeah, I mean, I think it sounds good if we just quickly describe and go to the next day.
Yeah, but it's already like 3:30 in the afternoon. That depends what time we're done with the baths. Maybe it'd be like 5 or something, but then.
Yeah,
Or
maybe 5
half
o'clock.
4.
It's not what we'll talk about after the game today, the pace we want to do. But do we want to move on to the next day, or do we want to do some more things, wrap up?
I'd be fine with to the next day or the other.
If the place is still open, Nave might check out Joanna's carvings.
I think you said something about buying, like wanted to go to a shop. Or...
Who did?
Yeah, I mean,
It
definitely would be good to get a healer's kit. I think I don't know. Is anyone else trained in medicine?
Yeah, I would do a medicine kind of build. I already have a healing kit, but if you want one,
yeah, I mean, it's good to have
multiple.
multiple,
Good to have multiple
people. Yeah.
There's actually one thing we can do, as we wrap up today's session, is as we're actually leaving to go do some last bit of errands around this like 5:30 at nighttime, we talk a little more about the Magambia. I actually did do the study now. So, the Magambia, as mentioned by Andrew, these statues are of the 10 warriors that were with Yatumbe when they essentially helped rebuild civilization after the Starfall, and are very, very well known and renowned, I should say, of individuals. Now, as you have gone around and get to know, so of these 10 warriors in Yatumbe, there's no graves for them, and Yatumbe just disappeared. No one knows wherever he went, and the 10 warriors are the ones that essentially helped and developed the civilization in the Magambia when, the Mwangi, when things were really, really bad during the Age of Strife, when it happened after the Starfall. So they're represented here, and we look at the buildings. And right now you're inside the Aspire dormitory, but as you look around, we see that the dining hall is where locations are going to be done, but the other locations that you have also been kind of curious and looked at. So all these buildings are actually named after the kind of the 10 warriors. So the ones next to, I'm not going to go up to all of them because I don't want to give you a bunch of information right now, but the ones nearby to the Aspire dormitory, number 17. So number 16 is Leshy Gardens, which is essentially just a place where Leshies go to have their homes and gardens. We have number 15, which is Aspiring Fields, where you will see where all the like real competitions do have where they actually are looking at where you see SC as other individual cells Hadrum are going to be at. But then we have, for example, the Archon Library named after White Bull. We have the Between named after the Carmine Jaws. We have the Elephant Museum named after the elephant. The Warden House named after Azul Leopard. The Tireless Hall named after Golden Snake. The Heron Archives after Black Heron. The Indigo Hall after Ibex. The Shifting Greenhouse after Shifting Frog. The Whistle Tower named after Whistling Kite. And the Verdant House named after Verdant Spider. Now, all these buildings are actually represented, named after the 10 Guardians. They all are actually wearing masks. No one knows who their true identity was. They're known by that animal mask they have, which is now you see a lot of the students and faculty that are in Magamba do have this wooden mask of their kind of inner animal self. And that is what represents the 10 warriors is by their animal face. And if you want to go ahead back to the name of the place, the powder pile, number 14, you go ahead and able to procure the items. For example, if Jonas is looking for those hero schools, you can find them there. But you see a lot of these buildings are in use, and some not so much. Some seem to be kind of almost abandoned at some points. Some are very busy with student work and studying, and some are just used sparingly as they go around the Magambia campus.
Question just a bit above table to the group. We do have these beads that we made for the powder pile.
Yes. That was the homework. Next time we go to the powder pile, we need to have those beads on hand.
So, like, would we like to maybe go there together after a bit of cleaning up and so right now if Jonas and Philo want to go there, I think Tarek would join too.
Like I said, but before the day wraps up, I think Navi would be keen on checking with Goanna, as she was advised to.
Oh, advised by Teacher Odd?
Mm-hmm.
Ah, okay.
The wood carver, which, given the little description that Paul gave, I think we may have a inkling as to why Teacher Odd recommended that.
Yeah.
Was that meant urgently, or?
No, but I think Navi would just like to get it done.
Yeah, since you mentioned it.
Sooner than later.
Yeah, maybe have a quick look around there.
Okay. So we go back into Natambu. And as with that new map, you'll see exactly where it's at. And Goanna's carvings is over here. So it only takes about like 10-15 minutes to get there. And as you do, you see a shop that is covered with a lot of decorations, as all typical buildings are. And as you go inside, past the glass windows, you see a shop that has plenty of hardware, furniture, and decorative carvings, but they're all kind of meant for halfling size. So the chairs, the tables, the desks are really not your size. But you see that there's some that is currently in production of being worked on. There are the size for the people that maybe request them. But she seems to supply mostly for the halfling population, or smaller, inside the Natambu. And as you go inside, you do see the shop, and you see the halfling woman. Hello! Welcome to Goanna's. I'm Goanna. I am one of the woodcarvers here inside Natambu. Is there anything you need? Any orders or productions or, well, anything that needs woodworking, I can do.
Goodness, these are beautiful carvings.
Oh, thank you.
You have. Teacher Art from the Magambia recommended us to come here.
Oh, you must be initiates. Well, I'm happy to, I know the ceremony is definitely important for the Magambia students. I'm happy to give lessons to initiates to prepare for their acceptance into the ranks.
Okay. What times are you available for lessons?
Well, I'm getting ready to wrap up for this evening, but if you want to tomorrow, since you're initiates, you're probably doing the prerequisites right now. I have some people working for me at prerequisites. Where is that blasted man at? If you see Zane, go and tell him to stop by my shop since I need to talk to him to give him a bit of an earful for not showing up on time.
Zane. Okay. I'll remember the name.
Thank you. But if you come after your perquisites, I can give you a bit of a lesson on how to best do the carvings for your mask. I know all students are meant to do it themselves.
Sorry.
So, so we hadn't been. Teacher Art hadn't told us yet why we should come to you.
No, well, I know exactly why.
It's
I'm
good
not
to
going to
know.
spoil anything though, but getting a bit of a head start, I can definitely help you with.
Wait, Zane works here?
He works. Well, the perquisite is here sometimes.
Oh, he's not here right now?
Right now, no. He's
Okay.
He's supposed to be here, but he's not here. I don't know. I'm gonna throw a chunk of wood at him when I see him. She holds up a large brick of like a soft wood.
Hello, you almost sound like you don't want to see him.
Oh, I do.
Oh.
I'm giving an earful.
Of wood. An earful of wood.
Yes.
I think I'll probably come by tomorrow. I'm familiar with weaving, but I'm not the most adept at wood carving. I think I could use some lessons.
Okay.
I don't know if you guys want to join in.
Yeah, did
Yeah.
we all come together? We were all together,
It,
correct?
it
Yeah, go for it.
sounds like that would be the case.
Yeah, I didn't know if it was Nabi who just came. So,
No, I'd join.
okay.
I think it sounds good. Yes?
Yes, I'm absolutely up for lessons. Learning a new skill is, especially with such exquisite craftsmanship, I'd be more than happy to learn.
Yeah,
It's
Okay.
a date
I'm
then.
in.
All right. I'll see you tomorrow then.
We'll tell Zane to hurry up if we spot him.
Okay. And she bids you farewell as you move past the really, really good carvings, and you get the idea that she is a remarkably skilled wood carver by the detail. You see pieces of wood that, if you don't stare at it intently, you would believe would be an actual individual just standing there, but in a simple color of the wood that it's carved from. Is how detailed some of these can be. And you close the door, and you start making your way back towards the Magambia.
You guys want to head over to the shop, don't you? Hand these in.
Yeah.
Holds up the little bead.
Okay.
May as well get that done with.
You go to
Yeah,
the powder
sure.
pile, and at the powder pile, you do see that familiar kobold that is inside Zolkan. You see the other rows of items, books. You see the items that have been brought back by other adventurers, or other, I should say, students that have gone out to do the work for the academy itself. But they're selling for a pretty low price because they have been used instruments from their travels. Zolkan looks at all of you. What do you need?
I look to the others, see if they react at all.
Milo takes like his sausage pearl out and just
We've done your little homework.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That
Jonas takes out his oblong one.
is right.
Perfectly
Terrible. Did you
circular.
drop this in the ground? But it is your own. It is a mark of your own.
Why would you call it terrible?
Well, it is. Look at it. It looks like a sausage, a bean.
At least he's being honest.
I mean, my rat can make something that looks better than this.
Yeah, I thought it would look better with grass on it.
I'm sure it did. I'm sure it did. But you have a choice. You're still going to wear this as well, showing that you came here to my shop. You can use the one that you carved yourself to show your own craftsmanship, or I can provide one as well that looks like, and he does go into a pouch to pull out a bead that is in the shape of a merchant sack. It's up
How
to
did
you.
you make that? It was
That is
really hard getting.
Very impressive.
I've
Right,
got a
we
bit of
struggled to get
practice.
these little orbs.
Yeah.
And you've got... Wow. No,
Are you a teacher?
No, not anymore. No, I just handle the
What?
shops here.
What
You were
did
a
you
teacher.
teach back then?
Back then, I dealt with a bit of, well, the chemical arts, but the school is more used to magic inclined natures right now, so my studies was more suited to being in a shop and selling my procurement that way. If other individuals want to know about alchemical compositions, I can give a bit of an earful.
sounds like you're in the right place, Jonas.
I do love to learn more, and I might be able to compare notes with things that I've learned. But my mother is she's the notable and skilled alchemist in Absalom. Maybe you've heard of her, Marin Palfrey. Oh, you've probably never heard of her.
Of course I've
Yeah.
heard of her. I've on a couple occasions maybe have dabbled in banging minds against each other.
Well, we'll definitely need to compare notes then. In fact, if you need any assistance, I'd be more than happy to put in some extra credit here with you.
Well, that sounds like a plan then. You can come here, you're still doing the perquisite work right now, so if you come here tomorrow, I can help you out with some ideas and you can help me at my shop.
Absolutely.
Okay, well, take your beads or use the ones you've already made.
Keep mine, I think.
I'll keep mine too.
What about Philo?
See?
Well, I thought it was more of an art project, so I think mine was a bit artful.
Okay,
Take pride in your work.
absolutely.
You still did it in the end.
He just
Even if
glances
it's
at Tarek.
terrible.
He
So-
just glances at Tarek.
You take your sausage bead and you leave the powder pile, heading back
Well,
towards...
Oh wait,
no, Jonas wanted to do some shopping.
Oh, then
and I
do
think
it.
Herb was about to say something as well.
No, I wasn't. I mean, I just got the healer's kit, so. Again, at some point I'll get a potency rune, but I can wait on that.
Buy what you want to buy.
Looks like you, our character sheets you don't, are you doing, not doing encumbrance?
I will be doing encumbrance. Which get so essentially, the price sheet will be encumbrance, and the party donkey will be a bag of holding once you do get one.
Okay.
You can put stuff there right now, but don't go ridiculous with it until you actually get a bag of holding.
Right now, I only use the party donkey to represent the chests that we have back
that can
at
work.
the dormitory.
Yeah, that's definitely fine. Alright, well, you can do your shopping if you so want, but I think would be a good point, a good stop for today's game.
Well, I guess since I have the money, I might as well just do the rune. Is that alright?
Let's see.
I can make the change on it.
Yeah, go for it if you want to.
All right, and that's 35 gold, right?
Mm-hmm. So most of your stipend.
What's that?
With most of your stipend that you got.
Yep. Yep.
All right, and we'll
All right, cool.
end the game right there.